So I want to share a little story about customer service where one can be a 1-star service in the customer's mind and one can be a 3-star, but it turns into a 5-star. So let me explain. I went to a customer's house yesterday to knock on the door and give them a door hanger and give them a card of mine. We do permanent lighting. And so I saw that the house had permanent lighting, so I just wanted to see what they had to say about their system that they already had. So anyways, we get talking, and what ends up happening is that they weren't too happy with the existing permanent lighting that they have. Basically, like when they turn the system back on, the ends of the lights start flashing different colors in comparison to the main color that they have. So say their main color was like all green, the ends of the lights were like flashing like pink and purple or just like not green. And so that was frustrating to them, obviously, because it's not what they want to have work. And so they called the company and asked them, hey, can you fix this? And long story short, they ended up just sending them some extra parts and lights for him to figure it out, essentially. And so, you know, I was like, how does that make you feel? Can you give me some more intel on what that means for you? It was, yeah, well, that's really frustrating. You know, I'm not going to recommend them to anybody. If I was to choose another company or another brand, I would if I had to do it all over again. I was like, well, you can call me when you're ready. And then he gave me another example. He had some stainless steel panels built on the side of his house, beautiful house, and they were black. And so they had white streaks coming down the side of the stainless steel panels on the side of the house after some weather or whatever. He called the company, goes, yeah, like, doesn't look right. This shouldn't be happening. And so that company, the stainless steel panel company, is from another state, and they came out, replaced the panels with a different color that won't have the white streaking coming down. And then in addition to that, they removed the landscaping around it. There's a bench, there are some agave plants that are pricey, some landscape rock. And so they moved all that to get the panels back on, and they paid for all of that labor and material to get that replaced. And he goes, oh yeah, well, I'm definitely going to refer that company if it comes up in conversation, or people that I know for sure, because like I wasn't too happy, but they turned that around and fixed everything that I wanted. And so he's like, oh, I'd be so happy to refer this company. So he was just making the point, customer service to me, you know, one I'm not going to refer, the other one I'm going to refer. And really, I was like, well, I asked him, I was like, well, from my point of view, from what you're telling me, seems like both of them kind of messed up. One went one way, one went the other way, and one you're going to refer, one you're not going to refer. So the difference is that one came and fixed their problem for you, and in the end, in the result, for a client like yourself, you're going to refer them because they stood behind their word. And the other one basically said, you're going to have to pay for all the material, but we will have to charge for our labor, which from a business perspective does make sense. But at the end of the day, when you're in business, then you have to know what kind of client you're dealing with. Sometimes you just got to make it work, you know? You don't know the customer service side. You want to build goodwill within your customers, because to this example here, they will refer you even though you have a problem with the work that you did for whatever reason. They will refer you if you do come and fix it and you solve their problem. Like, yes, it may cost you in the short term, but in the long run, you have that client for life, and they're going to refer you to other people that they know. And that's just the higher conversion of trust built. So short term, yes, you may lose, but long term, I mean, did you really lose? You actually gained probably a lot of business in the future and just goodwill. And when you lay your head on the pillow at night, you just know you really did the right thing, right? So that's kind of my story that I recently experienced yesterday about when a problem arises, which it always does. Which path are you going to take? Are you going to take the path where, hey, like, business is business, I got to cover all my costs, I don't really care? Or are you going to take the other path of, I understand, you know, to be honest with you, we put these panels up in our state, but I hadn't put them on here, and maybe I didn't predict that correctly, and I'm sorry about that. I will fix it. We'll be out there at this time and this time. We'll make sure all this gets covered, and we're sorry for the inconvenience, but we will make sure it gets right. Are you going to be that person? Well, I know which one I'm going to be for sure. So which one are you going to be?